Okay, good morning. We are back at the trailhead after yesterday's eventful events. Sorry, I'm a little foggy today. I'm a little sore. Today is 87, I believe. I'm not even sure if I got the day right. But that's not because I bumped my head yesterday. That's just because I really don't know. Anyway, the plan today is to do 20 miles. I'm just running a little bit of a blue blaze to the Appalachian Trail because that's where the parking lot was, where we came out yesterday. I left you yesterday mentioning that I had fallen and I gave myself a good little bump on the head. So I'm going to show you that. And it ain't pretty. It's a big goose egg. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So we'll be sticking with the hat today. Yes, I do have a bit of a headache. No, I do not have a concussion. I did not go to the ER because I had no concussion signs. I watched it carefully last night. My knees are just sore because I did break my fall with my knees and my hands. So it's not like I went full crack on. But because the rocks are all, well, I've shown you plenty of pictures of what those rocks look like. Yeah, it's easy to slip and fall. Lots of people trip on those rocks all the time. I just happened to catch one and it kind of propelled me forward. Jeff was with me at the time. And it was a bit of a downhill slope, so it just, the momentum of the pack, you really can't stop yourself. And I fell and I knew I hit my head instantly. Did actually scratch my glasses a bit, which I'm a little upset about, but there's not really much you can do about that. It's not in my field of vision, but I know it's there now. But other than that, we're in good spirits. Had a bit of a headache, muscle soreness for sure. So I'm going to be taking my time today, even though I'm still doing a 20 mile. But the terrain is flat. It doesn't mean it's easy. It's going to be, the rocks as usual, but hopefully we'll get some more flat areas like I'm running on right now. Like I said, this is a reservoir area to the Furnace Creek Trail before we hit the actual Appalachian Trail. So it's nice right now. It's not going to stay like this. But anyway, it is a sunny day. My head's not feeling too bad. I have some Tylenol on board. And we're doing all right. It's going to be a gorgeous day. So it seems silly not to hike. And honestly, the best thing sometimes when you're a little sore is to keep moving, not to sit down and stiffen up. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, got some extra water on board because again, this is a bit of a dry area, even though I'm in a water reservoir. But it's all tanked up here. So I've got it all in the backside. I forgot to put my Gatorade in here, but it's in my backpack. So today will just be a lot of taking some small rests, taking my time, being very careful on the rocks, and just enjoying the day. So with that, I will turn this off and get on hiking. Okay, so we've got through this little town of Port Clinton, and I think this is the last little section we have to go to before we get back on the mountain. This is, I don't know, I guess a railway crossing thing. Cute little bridge though. And there's my white blaze. Not much of a town, but it's cute. And there's our little river, and they're doing some clearing. Alrighty, let's continue on. Okay, well, literally, I think there would be train things to cross, but that's the trail, so I'm just gonna walk across the train tracks. don't know if there's a better way to do it, but I don't see anything, so I'm just gonna walk. Maybe I should have gone to the little train station over there. I don't know. But I'm walking across because my blaze is right there. Huh. Very weird. Oh well. And I do have to go back up 1,000 feet and then it's flat again. So apparently we are to enjoy the scenery way up there. All right, let's get up this hill. Okay, so we just kind of popped out on this little field here, and we're going back into the bush. So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day out right now. I've been running on the rocks again. I'm just taking my sweet, sweet time today, so I'm definitely going a lot slower than I usually do. But that's okay, because that is just how today's going to be, and probably the remainder of the Rocksylvannia part. Although I have had sections like this right here that I'm showing you that are actually quite nice, but they don't last, and then you get those big rocky sections again, and you definitely got to be slow on those. But it's doing good so far, and we're just going to slowly get where we're going. Okay, so we're just up at this area called Auburn Hills and came across this fun little art piece, which I gotta say, it's the first real art piece I've seen on the trail. And that little view I took a picture of is pretty much all the view I get. But thought I'd just share that with you, and now we're gonna get back on the trail. I'm just pointing out because it's been a quiet day on here. I have not passed a single hiker, and I know that particularly because all I've been doing is taking all the spider webs in my face. Silk blazing, as they call it. And I've been doing a lot of it today because there's just nobody in here. When I started the trail this morning, the little blue blaze to get to the Appalachian Trail, the reservoir area, there are actually quite a few people there, but they went on a separate loop. I guess it's a nice flat running loop or something. I don't know. So they didn't follow me, but I have not seen a single hiker behind, ahead, across my path. I mean, I'll see Jeff shortly here, but it's just been a quiet day. It's been a lovely day for hiking, and I've been slow, taking my time over the rocks I'm talking to on this section here because there's not so many rocks making it easier. And a few sections I have shown pictures of. It's been gorgeous forest. Sadly, not all the forest is like that. I keep getting big sections of rock, but I'm definitely not filming in there because I am paying very close attention to my feet. All right, I thought I'd just share that with you. All right, let's keep going. At some point a while ago, this was a controlled burn area. Not sure what they were controlling or why they were burning, but there we are. Well, apparently the deer like this area, so I guess maybe they were making habitat for them. All right, we are getting about 5 miles before the car, and we're just gonna keep on going. Good morning, it's day 88. It is sunny and gorgeous and a nice temperature, and we are out here today to do 23 miles. The bugs are a little irritating, but that's okay. We slept at the trailhead last night and got to see the super moon, and it's September 1st already. How did that happen? Not quite ready for that. Anyway, I'm at the trailhead here, and I'm just not really walking very fast because I don't want to trip because I'm not staring at my feet, but I always like to do a beginning one. Hopefully the trail today will be actually pretty good. Our plan, like I said, was to do 23 miles. I'm trying to get through the really rocky section of Pennsylvania as fast as I can because I'm so over staring at my feet. My research has led me to believe that that should happen roughly around Buchanan. It should start to clear out a bit, and then we will get into some easier terrain. Right now, this first little section, immediately in front of me looks good, but right after that, not so much. Big shocker there. So hopefully today will be a good day for hiking, other than the bugs, which seem to already be out. The black flies kind of picked up last night at the end of the trail when we were finishing, and they're here again, so maybe that's just this little area. But I'll give you a quick show as to what we're running on. So just the little rocks right now, but you know that's not gonna last. So hopefully today will be a good day and we can crack out these miles pretty good. It's still bright and early, which is what I like. And let's get going. Okay, crossing another road. That one wasn't so bad. At least we had signs and it's a smaller highway. Because there's definitely a lot more road crossings. A lot more scary ones. The one from this morning, when I started on, that was a 4-lane uphill, both sides. It actually came to kind of a peak and a corner. So it doesn't give you a lot of time to run. And when you got a heavy pack, my pack isn't heavy, but some people's packs are really heavy. It's just not good. The terrain today so far has been, as I showed you from this morning earlier, off and on. It's still this rocky bit. I got another today, the rest of today, and probably tomorrow for Rockies, serious Rockies, and then it's supposed to kind of calm down a bit, so hopefully that'll be the case, but this is a pretty section of the forest. I'll show you what I'm running on up here. Now, one of the things actually I forgot to mention is, because it's not as big of a deal as the halfway point. And the halfway point I'm trying to get in my halfway time, which would be the 6th of September. So I've got 5 more days to reach 99 miles. Well, I guess now 97, because I'm technically at 1002. I wasn't paying attention to exactly on the map, because for the no-bows, they always mark this stuff off a little more clearly, but for so-bows, not so much. So sometimes you miss those big mile markers. Although, like I said, 1,000 miles hiked is pretty darn impressive, but I want that halfway mark. That's the big one for me, and that's close to where the half-gallon ice cream challenge is. And if you are not familiar with the half-gallon ice cream challenge, at Pine Grove Park, there's a Appalachian Trail museum and everything, and that is where everyone who makes it to the halfway point tries to, well, if you're not lactose intolerant, tries to eat a half-gallon of ice cream, and that's a lot of ice cream. We had 2 of our original trail family members, Big Agnes and Wild Boy, go through there, and they did it. They both actually completed their whole half-gallon. I'm not sure what flavors they chose. I've been told mint chocolate is not the one to choose, because then it tastes like toothpaste by the end of it. Same with cheesecake, not a good choice. If they have a sorbet, I might try it, because I would like to try the half-gallon challenge. I don't think in any stretch that I'm actually going to pull it off, because I just can't eat that much food in one go, and you're supposed to do it within a certain time frame. But me and ice cream are not great friends, so I would probably explode. But anyway, this is the trail I'm running on, and oh, there's a view there in a minute, and I'll show you that. Okay, so this is a view of the valley south in Pennsylvania. The town of Bethel, I believe, is somewhere down there. We've passed by a few Bethels. That's probably Allentown, I think, over there where we stayed for our 0. And then there's just lots of farmlands, and it has a slight hint of cow poo, although I think most of it's corn. Seems to be a popular thing up here. And on the app, it's been told that this is a party place. And gathering, by the amount of graffiti up here, I'm gonna guess it kind of is. But that's no matter. We're just gonna keep on going, because apparently Jesus loves spray paint. Who knew? Anyhow, not to offend those, but I think that's my way. Unfortunately, they probably marked the white place with blue, but that's okay. We're gonna keep on going. It's a beautiful day for hiking. It's sunny and it's gorgeous, and it's not gotten too hot yet. I don't think it's supposed to today. They're saving the extra hot humidity for the weekend. All right, let's keep going. Okay, this Rocksylvannia is why I don't like you anymore. You give me all of these rocks to walk across, and they move and they shift, and you slide off them, and you just they're just awful. This is what I want to get through. So when people say Rocksylvannia, this is really what they mean. I mean, this is my trail this morning, again and again. Here's hoping after Buchanan this gets better. Okay, I'm obviously not walking while I'm doing this, because I will hurt myself again, and I'm not doing that. Okay, so we're about 12-ish miles in. I'm having my second snack break. There's a tent site around here with a bathroom, which was nice. There's a lookout spot not about another mile ahead, which also would have been a really nice place to take a break, but I've noticed the lookout spots are just kind of a magnet for the snakes, for the rattlesnakes and the copperheads. The one I had lunch at the other day, the Dan's Pulpit, the app mentioned that there were rattlesnakes around. I didn't see any, but one of my Tramley members, Stark, was there a couple of hours later and took a picture, and I'll try to put it in the video if I can remember, of 2 rattlesnakes coiled up together on those rocks. So clearly they do enjoy setting themselves there, because, you know, who wouldn't? It looked like a great spot, and that's kind of what the site coming up looks like. So I'm going to stick to this campsite, which is just nice, wide open, has a nice place for me to sit. I can see and hear any snakes coming and just have my lunch and relax. I got a bit of sunshine here, so that's all I need. Anyway, I'm going to have my lunch. Well, second snack, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Okay, so, mosquito on my head. Just to give you an update as to my fall injuries. You can see right here is my goose egg that's kind of a bluey purple. Got some abrasion marks up there. So it's definitely tender. It hurts a lot more. It doesn't look terribly, well, I wear a hat, let's just put it that way. And then I don't know if you can see on my knees here, they're starting to turn a bit purpley. Not too bad, but they're still pretty sore. And the wrist is a bit purple as well. So definitely sustained some bruising, but again, I think it looks worse than it feels. I still take a bit of Tylenol for the headache, because I definitely wrenched my back. That happens when you pitch forward and you try to stop yourself, your muscles tense up. That's what usually happens, unless you've had a few too many to drink, and I most definitely did not. But anyway, thought I'd give you a little update as to my injuries, and I think actually even my bug bite is mostly gone. So, but I'm just sensitive to that, so that just always looks way worse than it is. I'm not falling apart, I promise. I'm still going. But yeah, so let's do that. Let's get going. Okay. So yesterday I saw no one on the trail. Today, hadn't seen anyone actually till just now. I passed by 6 Amish people, I think they were Amish. So good on them for hiking. And I passed by 3 other day hikers or overnight hikers, weekend hikers. They definitely had big packs. And we were just at the Overlook shelter, and they had mentioned, or the Overlook rock. And this is a nice little tenting site here. But they had mentioned there was a copperhead that was just between the rocks that had been sunning itself, which seems to be a common theme out here. So I took my quick picture and left because I don't need to hang out with the snakes today. And we have more rocks because that's just the nature. And I'd mentioned earlier that I was hoping to make it to Buchanan by the end of tomorrow. I re-looked at my agenda. That is so not going to happen. It's a little further than anticipated. So not tomorrow, but definitely the next day. In the meantime, we're just going to keep going over these rocks. Okay, so we're just coming out of the hill, going under the parkway, thankfully, into this area. Okay. Oh, there's a river over there too. Looks like it'd be actually a good water source. You haven't seen too many water sources on the trail. That might be one of them. But the sun is warm. Okay, so we're just going over the bridge to the last 1.6 miles of our 23-ish mile day. And finally I can walk and talk at the same time because it's smooth and goes over a cute little river. Ooh, actually that looks like something you'd want to swim in. Probably a water source, you're probably not allowed to swim in it. That seems to be a common theme around here, but look at it. I would swim in that. Oh well. Apparently this is the Southbound Rail Trail as well. Alright. There's probably more rocks coming up, but for now this is a nice trail.